Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka A-Drive, bringing you guys some brand new Pokemon Sun and Moon news. A new trailer was just released and there is a ton of brand new information and brand new Pokemon stuff for you guys to get. And I'm so hyped, dude. There's so much cool stuff and I'm really excited about this. As you can see from the thumbnail and just from the images right now on the screen, there are some new forms, man. Some different Pokemon forms. I'm gonna be explaining a little bit about them and kind of theorizing here, and we can discuss as well. So if you're hyped for this, man, show your love on that like button down below, and definitely make sure you guys subscribe for daily Pokemon content, of course. Now, one thing I have to say here is there's a fan-made Pokemon game called Pokemon Insurgents, and these new forms really remind me of that. In that game, there's what's called Delta forms, where Pokemon have different types. So you can have like a Ghost Charizard and things like that, and there's like different types of Pokemon, and this is exactly what is in this now. There's new forms. They're just called Alolan forms, so they're part of the Alola region, and basically what the storyline is saying is that in the Alola region, because of the different climate and the different temperatures, some of these Pokemon that we've known and loved for 20 years have different forms now. They have different aesthetic appearances, but also different typings, and it looks like entirely different movesets as well. So some really interesting stuff. So let's kick things off here. We got Exeggutor as our first one here, which turns into the grass and dragon type Exeggutor. So not only does he grow an insanely high amount, he's actually 35 feet tall now. He also gets an extra head on his tail, which allows him to attack down there. He's got the ability Frisk, which is very interesting. So a new ability for this thing, instead of having like Chlorophyll or something like that, or Harvest, it gets Frisk, allowing you to see the opponent's items. It's so tall, it could probably see what the opponent's mom's items are too, because it's just so beast mode. But this thing is interesting. It is Grass Dragon, which is a pretty unique typing in itself. And I think when I saw this thing, I just started laughing because I thought this thing looked so funny. But it makes sense, right? So in the Alola region, because of the sunshine, this thing grew taller, was able to grow taller, and was able to kind of be a little bit different because the strong sunlight pours all year round. It brought this change upon the form, and people of the Alola region actually say that this is the true form of Exeggutor, so really cool. So we don't get a Mega Evolution. This is not a Mega Evolution, simply a different Exeggutor. So when you evolve an Execute, or you find an Exeggutor in the wild, it's going to be a Grass Dragon Pokemon. Very, very cool. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a way to change the forms in the game, so that'll be something interesting to note, is how do we change these forms in the actual game. But for now, we have a 916-pound tree here, Exeggutor, which is Dragon type, which is just hilarious to me. I think this is so funny. The next one we actually got is going to be this guy right here, which is very cool. We've got the Alolan, Sandshrew, and Sandslash, which, as you can tell, is now Ice type. But not only that, Sandslash is actually Steel type as well, so it becomes Ice and Steel type from the original Ground type. Ability for these two are Snow Cloak, so it is going to lose its like Sand Rush ability, but I'm sure there's going to be hidden abilities involved as well. But this thing is moved to the Snowy Mountains. We know there's going to be a lot of ice types now. It's hide themselves in the snow when the strong enemies appear, leaving only their needles exposed, and they're ready for business. So the weight of the ice makes it so they're heavier than a normal Sandslash, but it does make them a little bit slower, but I'm sure they're actually stronger if I had to guess. Very, very interesting to see this thing. I love the design on the Ice Sandslash. I think it looks amazing. I'm really hyped for the Ice Sandslash. I think it looks cool. I hope it still learns Rapid Spin though, because even though Ice Steel typing is terrible defensively, if it still learns Rapid Spin, then you'll have some utility there from a competitive standpoint. But I'm really excited for Sandslash as an Ice type, and just this is cool to me. I mean, they took Pokemon that we've known for so long, and they're adding like ways to change them without just throwing megas on them or new evolutions. They're having new forms, and I'm so excited to see the potential of some of these other new Pokemon and the new forms. But I gotta tell you, my favorite of the ones revealed is Vulpix and Ninetales. Fabby, of course, shouts to my man Munching Orange. Very excited about this one. Ice type Ninetales just looks majestic. So regular Vulpix is just an Ice type with Snow Cloak. Turns into an Ice type, but the big one here is when it turns into a Ninetales, it actually becomes Ice and Fairy type. Very, very interesting. I think that's our first Ice Fairy, if I'm not mistaken, and that is going to be a Dragon Destroyer, most certainly. Ice and Fairy type, man, from an offensive perspective, this thing could be very, very scary, because Ice type is very good. Obviously, Fairy type is very good. I'm just kind of speculating here, but I love design. From the design perspective, I think this thing looks absolutely adorable, looks super duper cute, and I think Vulpix is definitely one of those Pokemon that a lot of people love, but I think people are going to love it even more with this Ice type Ninetales that is living in the Holy Mountains in the Alola region. Of course, they're treated as sacred emissaries, and people meet them in awe and fear. Their personalities are very gentle and they tend to help humans who are in distress. However, it shows no mercy in battle, of course. So that is that, man. We've got some really cool stuff going on. Some brand new Pokemon forms here in the Alola region. I think the opportunities and the potential now is just endless for what is going to happen in Sun and Moon, because so many new Pokemon that we've known. I mean, you could take, there could be an ice type Scyther now. There could be, I mean, this could be insane, dude. So let me know in the comments section below what Pokemon you love that you would love to see get a different form and a different typing in Sun and Moon, because now it seems like anything is possible. We've seen Exeggutor turn into a dragon type. We've seen Ninetales turn into an ice and fairy type. And we've seen Sandslash turn into an ice and steel type. Who knows what's going to happen next? I'm really hyped though. Show your love with that like button down below and subscribe if you're new. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see most in a different type. And that's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan, also by A-Drop. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.